All right, Courtney, let's rank the NFC North teams. I think there's probably a clear top two, probably a clear bottom two. No offense to the Bears. But where do you think they're going to shake out at the end of the season?
So if I'm predicting what the NFC North, you want me to predict the NFC North, like end
Order
of season,
finish.
what the order finish. Aaron Rodgers the other day said that the way that they're winning is unsustainable. And I agree, because they're putting so much on their defense. And this is clearly a run first team. So why not just like lean on that? I just don't understand like why that's so difficult for Green Bay, but maybe they'll get it figured out. I think my order of finish is probably very similar to what I had the last time I came on the show before the draft, that it'll probably be Packers, Vikings, Lions, Bears. I mean, there's a gap between the Lions right now and Chicago. That should show you the state that this Bears team is in. And the fact that they can score 45 points shows you the Lions can do something, even with Jared Goff as their quarterback. They just got to figure out what they're doing on the defensive end.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a tough one for the end of the year. Did she give us our 4, though? Did you do your 4? Did you put it in order?
I just did 4. Yeah, I put it in order. I said Packers, Vikings, Lions, Bears.
Okay. Oh, you put the Bears at the end. So this was crazy. After the first game, and I don't know why I did this, I actually put the Lions 2, but the Lions are going to find – I don't know. I just thought I thought Dan Campbell was going to get it going. Like, he impressed me. He made the players are playing hard for him. So I'm from Detroit. I want Detroit to be able to cheer for something. Like, I mean, Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey now with the Pistons, maybe your Indiana guy from Purdue, Jaden Ivey. So I was hoping, maybe he's going to help the Pistons. The Tigers can't get it going. I thought the Lions, but now after like what I see, I think, you know what? I think I like this unsustainable thing. I think the Vikings are going to find a way, this offense. The defense is going to finally start to click. Ed Donatel's going to get it together. I'm going to go Vikings, Packers, but I think really close. I think it's going to come down to that last game, and then Lions, Bears. I kind of agree with that on that order. But I think at the end of the year, that last 2 games, Bears, Vikings, Packers, is going to really matter. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the Packers are going to run away with this. But I think it's going to really matter at the end. Finally, I think Kevin O'Connell, you look at how the Rams are struggling. Maybe Kevin O'Connell was the quarterback whisperer. Maybe he was the one keeping Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff calm, because Kirk Cousins seems calm. He seems like he's leading. He seems like he's willing. Like, he gets to the line of scrimmage with 30 seconds to go on the play clock. I've never seen Kirk Cousins do that under anybody's offense, where he gets to the line of scrimmage, not 2-minute offense, just normal day, 30 seconds to go. He's at the line of scrimmage already, and he's doing a bunch of stuff. He's not Peyton Manning. He's not that good yet. He's not like, his acting sucks, but he's at least is trying to motion guys, shift guys. You see him looking at the linebacker, looking over at Kevin O'Connell. You see him pointing to Jefferson, motioning guy. I'm like, damn, Kirk Cousins is really doing this. So I think as he gets better and get more confident, I think the Vikings can take over the Packers.
I feel like, Courtney, you're back on Around the Horn in the final segment, and I'm Reale, and I get to give the point out to whose argument I like. I think the Vikings are also winning a little unsustainably right now, so I would actually lean toward the quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, who's won 13 games each of the last 3 years. So I give Courtney the point for the argument as we go into question number 2. I want you to think ahead 2 years, 2024. How many NFC North teams have different quarterbacks in 2 years? Courtney, we'll start with you.
Green Bay will have a new quarterback in 2 years. Detroit will have a new quarterback in 2 years. It's hard for me right now to predict on Justin Fields, because you're going to have an incomplete product. I think he gets 1 more year of an evaluation, but by that point, if it's not working, then I'll say I'll go ahead and say 4, because Kirk's on a 1-year deal, right? And he has a no trade clause within this. So figuring out where he goes beyond this year, he's not taking any discounts. So do the Vikings want to continue signing up for that? Or do they want to, depending on how they finish? If Ron has them winning the division, that means that they're probably not drafting very high to go get a quarterback. So you'd end up locking yourself into more years of Kirk Cousins. So let me revise my answer. Kirk Cousins will be the only quarterback. And I'm just basing this on if Justin Fields, if what we see right now is a true indication of who he is, that they would end up moving on by 2024. So I guess, I'm saying Kirk Cousins is the only quarterback in the NFC North, currently playing, that will still be there in 2024.
And I agree with that. I think Kirk Cousins is the only one. Like, the only way Kirk Cousins moves on, and this is where the rubber's going to meet the road, is if he's not willing to take a pay cut so they can pay Justin Jefferson $180 million. Like, Justin Jefferson is going to want to break the bank. He deserves it. Cooper Kupp, I took a friendly deal, I guess you want to call it, with the Rams. But I think Justin Jefferson is going to require, and Adam Thielen's going to be towards the end, so he should not need any more money. If you want to keep KJ Osborne and Justin Jefferson, I think, but who knows? Jalen Reagor might show you that, hey, I was a first-round pick. I'm worth the money. Keep me with this group. Maybe Jalen Reagor becomes a guy, but Kirk Cousins is going to have to take a pay cut. If not, I can see what's his name, Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell reaching out to Jimmy Garoppolo because he's going to probably be looking for a new place to go. Yeah, it's some quarterback. I don't know about the draft, though. I'm looking at the college kids. I don't see a lot of college kids right now. Like Aiden O'Connell at Purdue, to me, I think he's very hit or miss. I think he's offensive base. He reminds me of Kyle Orton out of Purdue. Really good, sustainable NFL guy, can start some games for you. I don't know if he's Drew Brees, though, out of Purdue. But he is the lead in the nation right now, or he was. I don't know. I haven't looked at it since the Gopher game, but yeah, I don't know. And Courtney's right. Like, I don't feel like the Vikings are ever going to tank enough to have a top 5 pick, but maybe they can find lightning in the bottle and find a Dak Prescott. I know they thought that was going to be Kellen Moore. I hope that's his name. Yeah, Kellen Moore. Is that his name?
Kellen Mond. You already forgot
Kellen
this
Mond. Kellen Moore. I did.
Wiped it from his
Kellen
memory.
Moore.
It was not a good era.
I totally forgot it was Kellen Mond.
He signed with Cleveland, didn't he?
Yeah.
He signed with Cleveland.
Stefanski picked him up. Mm-hmm.
Maybe Stefanski turns into greatness or not.
Stab at Mike Zimmer right there and Rick Spielman. Hate to see it.
Yeah, I'll go with 3. I'll go Kirk Cousins is probably the only one left unless he doesn't want to sign for more money.
I just don't know what to make of Rodgers. I mean, Rodgers is the big wild card because he's signed beyond that, and he's going to be good enough, right? But he is kind of in this weird, it seems like in his personal life, he seems like he could walk away at any moment and just go pursue whatever pursuits he wants to pursue, whatever Aaron Rodgers might feel like he wants to do. I don't know. I don't know if I want to know what that is at this point, but
probably more ayahuasca.
Let's get in. Probably, yeah. His 40s are going to be a trip. Let's get into our final question. I want a letter grade on your team's first-year head coach so far. So for Courtney, that's Eberflus with the Bears, and for Ron, that's O'Connell with the Vikings. Courtney, we'll start with you.
I will give him a solid B- right now. And of course, the record itself does not stand for that. I'm not really factoring that into my grade all that much. What I'm factoring in is the way that he's gotten guys to buy into his culture. So he has this thing called the HITS principle: hustle, intensity, tough takeaways. Let's say toughness, takeaways, and playing smart. So it's technically hit to piss, but like there's like the P is in parentheses. But it's I just remember like asking guys about it. Jalen Johnson, who's a cornerback here. I remember really early in training camp or middle way through training camp, I said, okay, how do you, it's kind of gimmicky. It's a freaking acronym. And you guys are like, men making millions of dollars. And like, you don't, this is not college. And he's like, yeah, like 100%. It took me a while to buy in, and he believed it was corny at first too. But I think the way that Eberflus has truly gotten these guys to buy into, hey, this is how we turn a page into what we want to be. That's not something that's easy. And I think his approach, he thanks his coaches after every game. Like he's doing it differently, at least differently than the way I've seen it done in 7 years covering the NFL. So the results aren't there yet on the field, 2-2 and 2-2 by the way of a Roquan Smith interception that helped them beat Houston last week. There's a lot of on-field product that needs to be fixed. But from Eberflus's perspective, being a defensive coach that's very involved with the offense, he's sitting in quarterback meeting rooms all the time. I think you got to give the guy credit for at least like the buy-in and his try hard to make this thing work and get it off the ground in year one.
I'm going to go with a B for Kevin O'Connell, but since my kids are in school, I get to see their grades from their teachers. I'm going to add like the little comment box that gives them some extra bonus points. I'm giving him a B, but his bonus points are the culture. Like the fact that guys like Adam Thielen and all these guys are speaking up, saying like after a kicker misses a kick, like it's great to see a coach come over and be positive. After a loss, it's cool to see the coaches take responsibility for the loss and come alongside of us and say, hey, like here's where we let you down. Here's where we didn't get Justin Jefferson involved. Here's where we didn't let the defense know what they should have been paying attention to. Like I give them the bonus points for that. So it's still a B, but the bonus points are going to go into their overall grade at the end of the year because they're doing things culturally that the players love. And so from an offensive standpoint, I think he's doing just fine. Kirk Cousins is learning. From a defensive standpoint, Ed Donatell still has to get it figured out. So that's where the B comes in. But the bonus points for the culture change. Like the players are willing to say this in press conferences. So clearly it's a major change.
I get that.
Yeah, I think the temperament and the culture is definitely up there. I want to see the X's and O's get to that point as well. I think there's still room for that to improve. The consistency of the offense, finishing in the red zone, finishing on third down. They're 26th, I think, in the red zone, 28th on third down, maybe flip-flopped, but it's not great. So there's more that this offense can do, and they have the talent to do it. But I do think that culture has created an atmosphere where this team really fights for each other in the fourth quarter. That's part of the reason they're 3-1.